Hello everybody, I wanted to show you the performance of some of the clubs. These were the early versions of my clubs when I had a lot of foliage. You can see the lag, and even the aiming was rough, and as I moved on, my .6 version of the clubs were a lot better, allowed you to aim, as you can see here, but the lag still persisted, and this is what was released, and many people had a hard time playing. At this point in my beta development, this is how the clubs work, and you can see that they're just buttery smooth. And I wanted to lead that into a discussion. Hello everybody, this is the John Pro, and today I wanted to talk about optimization and game making. When we release games, they're never in a final state, they're often in an alpha state, much like the Sandbox currently is now, and through the use of feedback, we iterate and we improve upon things. The clubs you see in front of me here are my original, I'd say my .5 release clubs, and they didn't communicate very well. And let's just take a look at them, how they work. You know, you had to walk up to them, select them, not in an area that was intuitive, and even while moving with it, aiming the club was difficult. And so when you actually went to the shoot knob and you fired, you noticed the lag, and you get a really nice distance. So that shot 24 meters, and that projects as a 20 to 27 meter club. If we do the same thing on the 48 meter club, again, if I move back a little, I should be able to hit the green here. And again, you can see aiming is just a bit of a problem. So just before the jam ended, let's see what happens here. I'm sure this is going to shank to the left. Oh, actually not too bad. Where the hell did it go? It might have been the clipping plane. Oh, it went somewhere. And let's just take a look at one more club here. So yeah, just in terms of having control, so I already did that one. Let's just try a short 10 to 15 meter club. So again, you line up, and again, it's kind of hard to see where you're aiming, so that when you get to the shoot knob, and even getting over to the shoot knob when your optimization is off, it's a little bit tricky. So again, you can see the lag there. Again, you get a nice shot this time, a really short, again, it's about 10 to 15 meters. There should be an indicator on there. But my point is that you're lagging a little bit, and the experience is a bit lacking, and the aiming is a little bit off. So optimally, through the feedback system, you want to be able to improve on that, and that's where these clubs come in here. So these clubs are a more direct line of sight, where if you actually go and pick the club from in the middle, you've got yourself a little vector there to really like line up with the hole, and you just tap over to the, when you let go of the club, you tap over to the left, and then forward to shoot, you know, you're pretty much aiming in the direction that you anticipated, and it really makes your shots a lot easier to manage, and that leaves me a really nice kind of chip shot to, actually that's a putt to get in the hole there. So, you know, over to the putter, and I re-engineered the putters, same thing, picking up the putter, collecting your ball, and then shooting from that spot. The problem now is optimization. So I'm going to cut away to a version of golf here where I've completely cleared off a lot of the heavy vegetation. Okay, so I'm back now, and let's see the difference. I'm going to grab a 60 meter club, and I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. If I could zoom out here, I basically deleted, I have a 1x4 here, I deleted everything. So I'm basically on like half of a 1x1. Actually, I built a little tunnel, escape tunnel, so I could get into my course here. So you can see I basically deleted it, and you can just die if you walk off the edge of the world. So we should get some amazing performance on these clubs, if I'm not mistaken. So let's line up nicely here. So again, even just picking the club and moving to, you know, to align it is so much easier. And then just one tap, shoot, and look at that. You know, you get a nice right off the club face. And even the older clubs should have that as well too. So let me just grab one of them here. Oops. Yeah, even that. Like, look at that coming off the club there. So that is the power of optimization. We've got a few different versions of clubs, and it should even affect things like the ball marker tool. So if I go and pick up the ball marker tool, let's get away from him, and let's just walk over a couple of these balls, you can see how quickly it just marks the balls, right? There we go. I'm just marks them, and even collecting the balls is a lot faster as well. So yeah, just with some basic iteration. Thank you, Barry. Barry, by the way, is really picky about golf strokes. So when you're in my course, if you kind of screw around and shoot a couple of extra balls, he will count your score between holes. So be aware of him. He's got sharp eyes. In any event, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on, the power of iteration. Again, many of you probably didn't have an opportunity to play this game in the way it was intended. So I'm going to strip it down, re-release it, and we are getting closer to our 420 1.0 release of Royal Jamaican Golf. I'm John Crow. I hope you learned something from this. Talk to you later, everybody.